Now can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Ah! Okay, let me know if you can hear me now, please. Oh, dang it. Okay, well, that's too bad. So I realize I've been charging the microphone, but I didn't charge this thing. So now I wonder if that is part of the scenario. I just can't. I bought a much fancier microphone and I cannot find it anywhere. It is so cold right now. And I have on my fleece-lined jumpsuit, which is the look, today's look. So, did you all hear the good news? Or did you see the good news on my page, my channel? I've hit 50,000 on YouTube. See, I'm gonna cancel this video or give me some kind of dings because of the music. That was part of why I was also trying to wear the microphone so it would cancel the noise. Anyway, such is life. We will persist as we always do. All right, I guess I'm gonna have to put this for safekeeping because carrying that would not be good. Okay, so do you all know that game, cricket? I couldn't think of it. Anyone? Oh, it's really cold. And I didn't even bring a jacket in the car. Okay, if you're here, can you throw up the thumbs up there? Can you throw the thumbs up so that I can see that you're here? That'd be great. Because now that this stream started off poorly, I don't know if I should continue it. And if I have any YouTube live streamers here that can tell me how do you know if somebody's in the room, I would love to know that. I know that I've been doing this for years, but I usually don't really keep track of my numbers and my stats, and I'm trying to get better at that. Hi from Virginia. What part of Virginia? One of my besties lives in Richmond. Oh my God, it's so cold. I may only be able to go around one time. And I have to go home and get my jacket. It's crazy. It says it's 58 degrees, but there's no way. It feels like 50. Oh, Newport News, okay. I have been by there. It's been a minute. What did we just figure out? 2018, we took our son to Williamsburg. And we went to Virginia Beach and all of that. So, Now, okay, hold up. Did we ever meet in person? Did we ever meet in person? In Florida? I don't think so. I'm waiting to hear from the Virginia Newport News. If we ever met in person. Okay. So last year I was in Florida for my birthday on a girls' trip, and we were in New Smyrna, and we were at a very lively local bar, I guess, really, that had music. And we met these two gentlemen who were from Newport News. And where did they work? They worked together for, I don't know, a long time. 20 plus years for sure. Oh, and they had an annual trip in the fall that they would go to New Smyrna because they loved that beach, which was really funny because they obviously live near a beach. So anyway, and I remember that because, and so I think we became Facebook friends. But right now I cannot remember his name for the life of me. Because I don't think that we ever spoke after then. So I don't know if he's ever seeing my social media. But in any case, and I always knew of Newport News because there used to be a fashion catalog. I don't know if that brand even exists anymore. But there used to be a fashion catalog called Newport News. And I always loved their fashion. So anyway, hello. Good evening, USA. Does that mean that you're from the USA or you're saying good evening to the USA? I think there's some big companies in Newport News, isn't there? Okay, y'all, so what's the latest movies that you've seen? So this weekend, the Michael Jackson movie is coming to, or has been released to theaters. And I'm trying to convince my hubby that we should go tonight. But last weekend we saw, what is it called now? I don't know. You and Me in Tuscany, I think. And it was lovely. I mean, there's no better place than Tuscany. And Reggie is just out of this world. But the girl who I can't remember who it is that starred in that, they were just so perfect together. And when you see a movie like that, where people are all smitten with each other, I always wonder what was their chemistry in real life. So, yeah. Anyway, but I loved it because she was just adorable. And I loved all of her antics and her gumption. And he's just all around magic. So, and then Tuscany, there was no better place. Okay, somebody walked their big old dog and left their remains right in the middle of the walkway. That is so ridiculous and unnext. How much? Hello, good morning. I have no idea what that's even saying. We have so much going on at this park today. It's crazy. They're redoing a path. Fuck. They're redoing a path on a Saturday. How does that make any sense? None. It makes no sense whatsoever. Hello. Crazy planning. Yes, lady, I see you. Oh, pick it up. Oh, wow. Wow. What's up? Building some apartments. 2 apartments, but maybe 3. Maybe. Oh, I guess this is like the laundry and all that stuff. Okay. Anybody here? I guess it's really time for me to sign off, huh? Because I guess that... Oh, you know what? Is anybody here? Let me see. I put this back in because maybe I didn't even turn on the mic. Maybe that was the problem. Oh, you can't even make this stuff up. Okay. Now can you hear me? Can you hear me now? 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 Oh, you can? Is that what you're saying yes to? You can hear me? It does show green. Oh, I'm not a mystery. Is this the first time on my page, on my channel? I just hit 50,000 yesterday, so I am very excited about that. That is a lot of hard work paying off, but this is my outfit. I typically bring fashion, fitness, food, and finds. Yes, you heard me before while I didn't have the microphone on, but I started out with the microphone on, and then it wasn't working, and I was talking for quite some time. So that basically screws up the live in the algorithm. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I see your tag. So that is fascinating. So when I went to college, my degree was marketing, advertising, and fashion. But one of the best classes I ever took was dynamics in addictions. And that was just phenomenal. And after that class, I realized that most people's families or whatever have some type of addictive nature wherever that lies. And my goal in life was to meet a person that was normal. That was my goal. My goal was to meet a normal person. I didn't think it would likely happen because I felt that how was I ever going to connect with a normal person? And what was a normal person? It's all so subjective, right? And so that was going to be my life's goal. My life's goal was going to be to meet a normal person one day. I figured, whatever, we meet at an event, a conference or something, and then that'd be that. And then I could say, hey, I met a normal person. I've reached my goal. I didn't think anything was going to come out of that. I didn't think I was going to get any enlightenment from it, but it was just a goal. And I was going to look at them like they were crazy because obviously they were going to operate on a different plane than I did. But in 2017, I got diagnosed with lipedema. That is what gives me this luscious shape from the waist down. It creates an additional layer of diseased tissue. It's a connective tissue disorder. It's a whole thing. I don't even want to go into describing it. But when I got diagnosed with that disease, I realized my new goal was to meet a woman who just had lipedema, because it comes with so many other co-conditions that it's just mind-blowing. So it's not bad enough that you have just the lipedema, but then everybody has all of these 900 other things that go with it. And so that became my new goal. My new goal was to meet a woman who just had lipedema. And I said, I don't think it's possible because I don't think that there's a woman out there that only has lipedema. And the foremost researcher in the world has told me, no, there are people that simply have lipedema. And I'm like, she's like, I know because I've seen them. And I'm like, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. And so that's my new goal. So I've moved on from the normal. Okay, let's see. Just checked your channel. Very true. People can't cope in every way. Just checked your channel. More curves than country bird. I take you're still looking. I take it I'm still looking? I'm still looking for what? For the normal person or the woman with only lipedema. Yes, I mean, I do. I'm not so in search of the meaning a normal person because I think that that's so nuanced. But I would like to meet a woman who just has lipedema. But as I said, I don't think that that's really possible, even though I've been given full confirmation. Well, I rarely eat I am very sweet, but I do rarely eat sugar. So I don't know what to tell you about that. Thank you. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate that. Anthony, clearly you need some schooling on how to interact on social media. Just saying. So stay tuned. Make sure you give a follow and stay tuned because I am bringing that class. How to interact on social media. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate you. Appreciate your continued support. And did you hear or see my posts from yesterday that I hit 50,000 on YouTube? So very excited about that. It was definitely a celebratory moment. I really wish that I had seen my face because my face was like, I think at some point I was at 97, for whatever, 49, 97. And I was like, yeah, sure. And then whatever, the next time I opened it was exactly 50,000. So that was really cool. It was really cool to see that number. I've been working hard toward that for a long time. I really wanted to hit that by December, by the end of the year last year. And a whole bunch of things went awry. In October I had a different focus, and how I thought I was getting there didn't really work out. And then November I had my major trip and fall that put me down for 3 months basically. I just got released at the beginning of March from physical therapy, so it's been quite a road. So anyway, yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, it takes a lot of work. Do I have any content creators here or any YouTubers? YouTube is probably the most I don't know, they all have their tips and tricks, I guess, but YouTube takes a lot of different detail, and I don't know, can I really continue? Because I'm so cold. What do you think? Should I continue to get in my full thing, or should I give up? I'm not the giving up type, so I guess I just answered that myself. Never mind. If you've got things that I'm not responding to, it's because your messages are being held for review, and I don't review messages that are being held. So I have no idea what you said. And if you want to get your point across, you may want to rethink how you structure that. Just saying. So I guess I'll have to go back and put this mic on in my cart. Did y'all know that right down there is a bag that you can tap into for shopping? So like this outfit I have in there. Oh, and also, did y'all see I got my hair cut? It's crazy. Okay, well, whatever your restructure may have been didn't work because I see another review. Thanks very much. Appreciate that. I've been working hard. I think you're new here, but I am a woman who 22 and a half years ago had gastric bypass at 404 pounds and let go of 230 pounds in the first 18 months with protein only and 30 minutes of weight training in the gym 6 days a week, 20 to 30 minutes of cardio on those days also. And I kept that off, kept 90% of that off for about 15 years. Then I got diagnosed with lipedema in 2017, and things got a little bit of bum advice on several occasions, and started to head in the wrong direction. And then we had a pandemic, and I had an injury, and I had another injury, and I had an illness. And so by the end of 2023, I was in pretty bad shape. Had gained back about 60, 65 pounds. And now, since then, since November of 23, I've let go of 85, and I'm coming back. I'm coming back. This is about where I've been the majority of my life, but in May of 24, I started using the help of GLP-1, and that has made an immense difference in the swelling of my lipedema, and also mitigating mast cell activation. I have 26 food allergies, so that's helped to mitigate that. And my body has begun to be able to operate a bit more efficiently. Oh my God, they're so cute. There's Little League going on, and one of the coaches or dads is like helping the littler kids.
Hey, Iver, you okay? I can get it for you.
It went in the ball went into the woods, and the kid is afraid to get it. Oh, so cute. I remember those days at the baseball field every weekend, 3 days a week after school. Anyway, my son went to college this year, so I'm past that. Okay, let's see. A Native American from North Dakota. My husband loves South Dakota. And I said, you're really beautiful. My birthday is coming up. Oh, May 9th. Excellent. I love that. Maybe I'll be able to remember to make a nice video. Let me see if I can. So Bob, I think you've been here for the majority of that whole story I relayed, haven't you? You've seen the upward battle and the downward journey. Thank you, please go around. Photos in progress. Interesting. June. Did you all know that I do have a Cameo site? Or whatever. I have a profile on Cameo where you request a birthday shout out or whatever. Did y'all know that? I mean, truthfully, how would you know that? Because I don't really talk about it. I think on my live last night I was talking about how I'm not so great at celebrating myself, but I'm also not so great at promoting myself either. See, I do have two faults.
I have a question. You're not single, are you?
I'm not single.
Oh,
no, I'm not. Thank you.
You have a good day.
You too. Live. Y'all are live watching that. Now let's talk about that. Was that the way to make yourself known to a woman? I'm waiting for your responses. Was that a way to make yourself known to a woman? There's several things that, look at this car. That is mint. Look at that. Beautiful. Wow. But you're beautiful. What would your advice for a man be? So, okay, facts. I am beautiful. I'm not gonna scoff at that. There are many women that would scoff at that, but I'm not one of those. I can admit that I am beautiful to some people, and my aesthetic appeals to others. I'm one of those girls that led their whole life being told that I was, oh, you have such a pretty face, if only. So I know that, which is not what this man was saying at all, right? This man was expressing full interest. But first of all, here's the first problem. The first problem is he started with a double negative, and he said, "You're not single by any chance, are you?" So I'm sure you've all heard the expression that a good salesman never asks a question they don't know the answer to. So now, in his fairness, I am carrying my phone with my left hand. Okay, this is what I'm doing. My phone is in my hand like this. So likely he didn't have clear view, maybe. Although maybe that was a clearer view. But newsflash, you should, first of all, always be curious, and you should be looking for signs. So and don't get it confused, oh, well, which hand is she really wearing it on? No, that's just a cop-out. So I think it's pretty safe to say if a woman has a ring on, It happens to be of the diamond sort. Probably she's involved. Just saying. So there you go. But you're already presenting yourself in a poor capacity by saying you aren't. That would be like, you wouldn't want to go on a date with me, would you? Well, who would want to go on a date with somebody that says it like that? Women are not looking to raise men or fix men or bring them up to speed. We're looking for men who are sovereign. Men who know how to stand in their conviction and who actually know how to take action. Because we've taken enough action. We've been the man for so long. We don't need men. We're already the men. Somebody even said it earlier, Beth, you're the man. I mean, come on. So this actual conversation has been going on someone else's page too. A woman who has a lot of interest from men. Oh, look at this. What does it look like? Do you see what I'm seeing? What did that look like? What did that look like? I'm waiting for an answer before I continue. And if you've been here and you know something that I love, that's what it would be. And remember, if you put a comment that is questionable, I don't see it because it's held for review. Okay, nobody has an answer for what that was that I just showed on the ground. It's really simple. I mean, I don't even think you have to think out of the box. What did it look like? What was the shape of it? See this. This is exhausting to women. This is exhausting to women, to have to pull teeth. So that man, he gets props for being forthcoming, for actually reaching out. He gets props for that because so many of y'all would never dream of doing that. So many of you would never even dream of that. I mean, if I was walking in your park, and you know me from social media, if I was walking in your park, that guy didn't know me from social media. It's been a minute since that's happened, actually. If I was walking in your park, would you come up to me and say, hello? Hi, Beth. Would you even say, hi, Beth? I watched you on social media. I've seen your channel. Would you even say that? Or I love your channel. Or I've got a few tips on how you could improve your channel. Whatever. Would you even say that? If you've been here for a minute, you've been in my house, you've been with me out and about because of the lives that I do, would you even approach me? I mean, right now, I can't even get you to respond. So maybe nobody's here anymore. Maybe people heard too much that you shouldn't say, that was not a great way to interact. And so now people have signed off. I don't know. You let me know. But life is a set of two-way interactions. That's what actual life is. That's actually what living is. I think that there's so many people out here that are not actually living. That's part of the problem. People have forgotten that they do have autonomy to live life, and they're just confused about that, and they're stuck on why they can't. Shoot, my thing is stuck. Let's see. Okay, and that's maybe like, I don't know. So Bob, I'm hoping you're still here. So the thing is that women don't just want to be like accosted, right? Women don't just want to be for the easiest to understand language, they don't just want to be a piece of meat, because in their eyes, they're not. The best comment I have ever received on social media, and what you need to know if you're new here, what you need to know about me is that I started in 2019 on Instagram. I think I came to YouTube in 2020, probably TikTok in 2020, Facebook, same time frame, and my intention always has been and always will be to serve women and help them to feel more comfortable in themselves, and to recognize that even if they have 1 or 6 chronic progressive illnesses or more, they can still live a full life and still be vibrant and look good. And they probably should pay a little bit more attention to their style and appearance, not in spite of, but because of these challenges that they have. Because what you wear and how you present yourself in the world affects how you feel about yourself. So that's what I have always been here for. However, somewhere along the lines, the male gaze entered, and that was completely foreign to me. Meaning, like, it was a furthest thought from my mind, and still remains the furthest thought from my mind. However, the best comment I ever received was somewhere early on. It was on YouTube. I'm going to say maybe it was in 2021, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, it was from a man who said, Beth has to be the sexiest woman on the internet who never wanted to be. That was a really smart man. That was a really smart man who saw through it all. And I wish I knew who that was. I wish I knew what video that was on so I could go back and find that person, because that was brilliant. And that was so true. And yeah. Okay, let's see what did. Well, as for my health, I found out I have a heart issue, cardiomegaly, making my heart enlarge. I'm enjoying life while I can. I'd like a wife, but likely won't have that. Well, okay, well, are you doing all of the things? Because you know, I'm a woman about doing all of the things. So, have you, and I'm not talking about all the things the doctors tell you to do. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about doing all the things that will actually help you, because the doctors often are not telling you things that are going to help you. They're just telling you things of how to manage and stay stuck. But are you thinking things outside the box? You may remember when I was in atrial fibrillation daily for 6 months in 2023. And they're like, oh, we'll just shock your heart back into rhythm. Oh, we'll give you an ablation. I was like, hell, you won't. I mean, I did let them shock my heart back into rhythm in the first month. And then by the end of the day, I was back in AFib. And I knew that the reason why I was back in AFib was because of the protein drink that I had. And 5 months later, after a lot of doctor's appointments and hard work and championing for myself, I found out I had 26 food allergies, and that protein drink was new. It had five ingredients, and unbeknownst to me, I was allergic to 3 of them. So the fact that I literally took 1 sip of the straw like this and went into AFib, at that point then was like, oh, see, there it is. So, you know, the fact that I went and I got tested for sleep apnea and found out that I had sleep apnea fairly severely, that like, I think what was it? It was like I was breathing for like 16 seconds out of every minute or something like that. And I was like, that cannot be good. No wonder I'm so exhausted. And no wonder my body can't function. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I could like die of asphyxiation at any moment. And so I left that appointment. I was very blessed because the technician actually showed me my, like, you know, my results live, so to speak. And he told me about how at the time because they don't do this anymore, at the time you could buy an automatic sleep machine on Amazon. And maybe I wanted to look into that. And I left that appointment at 6 in the morning. I told my husband to look it up, and that machine was there at our house by that night. Now, the machine from the doctor that the doctor had to prescribe, that didn't arrive until November. And that machine, that was, that original test was in July. So I was like, you people are not going to put me under any other procedures until I figure out why all of this is happening. So yeah, part of this is happening because I have sleep apnea. The other part that it took me 5 months to figure out was that I had 26 food allergies, which were constantly revving up my heart. So these are the kinds of things that you have to get curious and you have to dig in and you have to say F you to the doctor that is trying to do what's on their prescription pad, but is not serving you. So Bob, if you want to have a conversation about this, I encourage you to go into my bio and schedule one of those complimentary calls, and we'll talk about it. Because, as you know, I'm very passionate about people finding proper care for themselves. And if I can help you to figure that out, I would be happy to help give you some ideas you may have not thought of. Well, you heard wrong, because typically I don't take a bath. I take a shower. And should never believe what you read on the internet. And here's my guy. So let's get back to what you should say. What you should say is you should introduce yourself, because you're a person and I'm a person. And I'm always happy to meet a new person. And the thing that people have forgotten is that people like to actually connect and get to know one another. So what would the next question have been if I would have said, yes, actually I am single? What would that have done? Then what? Because just because a man is interested doesn't mean that the woman is interested, right? Then there's that. I mean, I can tell you the pickings are slim out there. The pickings are slim. I have just been in rooms, like audiences with conferences, conference rooms, where they have those big, like whatever, 1,000 people in a room with brilliant men, with very educated, high level men. I can tell you, just because I'm married, I'm not dead. So I appreciate aesthetics just like the next person does. And I can tell you, not a one person, I even had a double take.
All right, Rocky, when you're ready, coming in the dugout.
So, yeah. So, it's just like one of the things that has always been really positive for me, and that is authenticity. So you have to show up, and you have to show up authentically as yourself, and your authenticity needs to be that you're a person and that you would like to engage with this other person who's also a person. Because first and foremost, before we're men and women, or men and men, or women and women, or whatever combination there is, we're people. And so, and especially if it's you're in person, it's a in real life scenario. I mean, chances are you're going to see the person again. Now, I know so like, like connect, like in theory, in some kind of way, they're your neighbor, right? Because they live in the same city, the same state, the same, whatever. Excuse me, that was rude. True or not true? I'm still trying to decide what I think about this hair. I'm getting used to it. Anyway, I don't know if that was helpful at all. I think I gave you the simplest answer, which is go up and say, hey, I'm Joe, whatever. Hey, I'm Bob. What's your name? Just like little 5-year-olds on a playground. And then, you can decide, I was seeing a video the other day of a young gentleman who was teaching young boys. So I'm going to say the guy was probably in his mid-20s, and he was the teacher of kindergartners, maybe, about how to know. He was teaching them about no. He was teaching them about how to read cues and how no means no, even if it's not said, and no means no, even if it's said yes, and how, you should have gotten out first, lady. That was silly. It's okay. You're hitting my car, and I am sitting here. And these little boys were learning all the nuances, and they were learning, like, the guy was showing, like, ask, oh, can I see your phone? And the lady, a lady was helping him, and she was like, sure. And so then they understood that that was a yes. But she was like, no, and the next bit, no. I said, come on. And so he was talking her into it. She finally, begrudgingly, gives it to him. And they were like, no, you had to talk her into it. That wasn't right. And so, with me, you saw, I was very kind, and I was not off-putting. I was respectful. But most women are not like me. And most women are going to be not so kind. And gracious, for sure. So you just have to treat her like a person. That's the thing. That's the best. That's the best approach. Treat her like a person. And then, if it was this type of situation, now you would also be like, ooh, oh, sorry, I see you're on the phone.
Like, sorry to interrupt you. I see her on the phone. You know, and then you're going to walk away and be like, nice to meet you. That's it. Because, like, it's not you're not in a race, right? And then there's also if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. So that means you'll see that person again, right? I'm a big believer in what's meant for you is going to come in its right time. And so you have to trust that, you know, maybe that interaction was just a practice so that when you get to the real one, you're skilled. So what do y'all think of that? Leave it in the comments. Oh, you know what? Oh no, it is on. Looks like I have some. Whoops. I plug this in if this doesn't. So I'm waiting to hear your feedback. Did anybody hear what I had to say? You know, I'm a wise woman. And I'm a very open-minded woman. But I'm also a very factual woman. And if you ask me, I'll tell you like it is. So I hope that helps. Should I give that class? Should I give the class on how to approach a woman? That would be another one. Do I like men? I would say so. Oh, I think I know that. I would say, sure. Yeah, I have had an affinity for men since I can remember, so sure. Now, if you mean, do you like men as opposed to women? Whatever, romantically, 100% for sure. If you mean like, do you like men or are you like a woman scorned? I'm not a woman scorned. Because there are a lot of women out there who have carry the I'm a woman scorned and men are not in their favor. Now see, look at that. Oh, you can't even make it up. You are late to the party and you just missed the entire dissertation that I just gave because I was on a walk for the past hour, and during my walk, a gentleman came up on me to ask me if I was single. So we've been talking about how that interaction went and what went wrong and what went right. And so your approach, although you may think that that was clever to say, do you like men? You can't make it up. You can't make it up. I just probably spent about 30 minutes saying that you should ask a woman like her name and introduce yourself and have a little conversation. Like, no need to go in for the kill immediately. Just saying. Really just saying. What did he tell you? Yes, be slow in it. Thank you. Somebody who finally can understand. Oh, it's not a race. Oh my Lord. You know, this is all because of this insane hookup culture. Nobody is benefiting from hookup culture. Nobody. Like, no one is benefiting from it because nobody wants a one and done. Nobody. Sorry. Nobody. You may have tricked yourself into thinking that that's what you want, but that's BS. That is the biggest BS that is out there, because the only one fundamental thing that people want is to be known and to be seen by another person. That's it. That's what they want. They want to feel comfortable that there's another person that they can share life with in whatever way that is. Like, just the interaction of saying hi. But everybody has been misled into thinking that this idea of getting off is the goal, and that's not the goal. It's not the goal. It never was the goal. It's what people have been fed recently, that that's the only goal. And that's not. It's just led to so many empty, lonely people that are on a treadmill of chasing that for that 5-minute serotonin hit and the complete letdown after it. Just saying. Just saying. I'm not looking for a relationship. I've been married for 26 years, 27 on May 22nd. Just saying. I mean, the idea that it's just such a dichotomy. The idea that anybody would think I'm single is just so hilarious to me. Like, why would I be single? How does that even make sense? It doesn't make any sense. Oh my God, look at these little tiny. Oh my God, I don't even know if they're 3 years old. Oh, very good. That was smart. Smart to get off of the street. Yeah, no, the grass is not greener. It just isn't. The grass is not greener on the other side. Never is, I don't think. So I think love has always been risky, hasn't it? But the what's happening in the streets is not love. Just saying, that is not love, right? I mean, people are maybe misconstruing it as love. Maybe there's some infatuation. That's risky. That is really risky in so many ways, in more ways than people actually realize. Yeah. And truthfully, with the insanity that goes on in the world today, I'm not even sure how people put themselves in the immediate danger of going off with a stranger. I'm not really sure how people do that. Because, yeah, maybe everybody is just constantly deceived. I don't know. Maybe that's it. And people are okay with it. But again, it goes back to what I said. That's not what people want. And people are not what people are looking for. They're not looking to be deceived. They may put themselves in situations constantly that that's the only possible outcome is deception. But that's not what people are truly looking or longing for. Oh my God, there's so many cute little kids. Like in their way, like everything is new and fresh and joyful. They haven't been deceived yet. Anyway, all right, I have to move on to my next thing. Oh, yes, I have to go do an errand. So, thanks for coming to my TED Talk today. And thanks for being here. If you're new here, please hit that follow, subscribe button. I've got memberships to join too on YouTube. Um, and turn on your notifications because you never know when I'm going to be here. Typically, sharing fashion, fitness, food, and finds. I often go live when I walk, and you just don't never know what time that's going to be. And what else? And thank you to those of you who've been here, who have helped me to get to the 50,000 mark that I hit yesterday. I am ready for that 100,000 play button. So let's go. Be sure to share this to all the women that you think could use some inspiration. And I appreciate you being here. And I hope you have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. Thanks so much. And thanks for the contributions to the conversation. I appreciate it. Because that's what we're all here for. We're here to be social and to interact. So have a good one. Bye for now. See ya. Oh, thanks for those red hearts. Appreciate it.